Ellen McCauley, Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. We're talking about how to lose weight and keep it off. And you know, if you go to the library, you go to a bookstore, you go to Amazon.com, there are a million, literally a million books on how to lose weight in the best possible diet. And what every single one of them are trying to do is make money. Everyone's trying to make money. Jenny Craig, make money. Even Weight Watchers, make money. If you go to the Mayo Clinic diet, or if you go to the Mediterranean diet, they're not trying to make money. The Italians aren't over there going, let's push that Mediterranean diet and maybe we'll make us some more money. No, those are free diets. So if you want to lose weight and keep it off, what are the medical professionals saying to do? They're saying low sodium. They're saying, low fat. And low fat doesn't mean you buy those things with 8 million chemicals in it. It means that you're reducing some of the fatty foods that you eat. There is no one size fits all. If intermittent fasting works well for Mary, that's awesome. But if the Mediterranean diet works well for someone else, that's fine too. And we will talk about the Mediterranean diet again, and we'll talk about the Mayo Clinic diet again. But whatever we do, here's what we have to make it a permanent part of our lives. I don't know. You see, they always say if you're an alcoholic or a drug addict, you have to hit rock bottom and then you make a change. There are people that have had, not in this room necessarily, but real health scares, and that still doesn't make them have a permanent change. I think the only way we can have a permanent change is to have God help us make that permanent change, to ask the Lord to lead and guide us. And over the summer, I said I had a good time, but I realized that I don't want to be fixated on my weight, but I also realized that what I'm doing now is not a diet. You see, this is what we have to let go of. We are on a permanent lifestyle. And that permanent lifestyle, includes moving more, eating healthy, eating less, and the praying part of it. All the tenets of Pray It Off. It has to be permanent. Weight loss isn't linear over time. You like some of the new people, they're really losing weight. Ooh, they're losing like 6 pounds, 5 pounds, etc. And that's great because a lot of your body has that extra water weight from all the sodium you eat. But consistently over time, and when you hit a plateau, when you weigh the same, if I look at your log and you're 187, 187, 187, 187, and there are people like that, you got to do something different. Otherwise, guess what you're going to weigh next week? 187. So that's what we have to look at. And a calorie isn't always a calorie. Eating 100 calories of high fructose corn syrup isn't the same as eating 100 calories of spaghetti squash. Guess how many calories are in 1 cup of spaghetti squash? 31. You can have 4 cups of spaghetti squash, and you're looking at 180 calories. And boy, does that fill you up. And it helps in other areas of your digestive system too, if you know what I'm talking about, okay? And it just is so delicious. And we're going to talk about spaghetti squash a lot. We really need to figure out, I'm 68 years old. Am I going to eat from stress the rest of whatever years God gives me? Am I going to turn to food for comfort? Am I going to say, I need a Michelob Ultra if there's a little stress? Or am I going to say, Lord Jesus Christ, Son of the living God, help me get through this? Do we eat to live or live to eat? We got to look at our carbs. We got to look at our sodium. I write on people's log sheets, too many carbs. And one person said to me today, I really don't know what that means. I said, you've been in the group 8 years. How can you not know what that means? It means your bread, pizza, you're having like all these hot dogs and all these rolls. And that's what carbs means. Donuts, carb. English muffin, carb. If you're having all those things and not losing weight, you need to take a look at it. And I'm going to read this, even though it's a little wordy. Listen. If you eat a carbohydrate-rich meal, pasta, rice, bread, French fries, your body releases insulin to help with the influx of all this glucose into your blood. And as well as regulating blood sugar levels, your insulin does two things. It prevents your fat cells from releasing fat for the body to burn as fuel, because its priority is to burn off that glucose. And it creates more fat cells for storing everything that your body can't burn off. The result is that you gain weight and your body now requires more fuel to burn, so you eat more. Since insulin only burns carbohydrates, you crave carbs, and so begins a vicious cycle of consuming carbs and gaining weight. To lose weight, you have to break the cycle by reducing your carbs. And you have to choose your lean meats, fish, protein, your low-fat dairy products, leafy green, and non-starchy vegetables. And you might say, Ellen, I don't like those things. Okay. I find that I like things, I didn't like cabbage growing up. I lived in Elmira Heights, and all you smelled walking down the street was cabbage. There were so many Ukrainians, so many immigrants. It was cabbage, cabbage, cabbage. I love it now. I love it in all ways, all shapes, all forms. And that's starting Pray It Off. I just love it. And guess how many calories are in cabbage? I think it's less than spaghetti squash. And not all fat is bad. Avocados, nuts, seeds, soy milk, fatty fish. I love salmon. That's got good fat in it. And then it talks about the Mediterranean diet. Remember, and all that is healthy fats and leafy greens. And we'll talk a little bit more about it. And our emotional eating, stressed, low on energy, lonely or bored. Now, I've been eat from stress, but I don't eat when I'm lonely or bored, because I'm never lonely or bored. And avoid distractions when eating. How many times have you said, I'm only going to have a couple of chips, and you're watching a show and you go, oh my gosh, the bag's gone. So never do that. Never eat out of the bag. Pay attention to what you're eating, and this is huge. Mix things up. There are a few of you in this room, that I could write your food log for you right now. I know what you're going to eat next week. I know what you're going to eat the week after that, because you've been eating the same things for 15 years. Mix it up. Get an air fryer. Get an Instapot. You know, they say the other white meat is pork, but I always find that these boneless pork chops, you cook them and they're dry, they're hard to chew. We put them in the Instapot. They fell apart. They were so moist. So you might say, but Ellen, I don't have an Instapot. Put it on your Christmas list. It's wonderful. Get a slow cooker. Wonderful. And stay motivated. One of the ways to stay motivated is to keep coming to Pray It Off. But a lot of people come and they go through the motions. They go to their friends, yeah, I'm in a weight loss group. I go to Pray It Off every week. And their friends are thinking, how come they're not losing any weight then? They might not say it, but they're thinking it. And the thing is, are you going through the motions, or are you a card-carrying, eat less, move more person? And find your cheering section. We're a big cheering section here. 2 people got their 10-pound awards tonight, but they refused to allow me to give them their awards because they had gained weight and they feel like they're, double dipping, if you will, on the awards. My philosophy is this: you're here, you're losing. We've all double dipped on losing the weight. I've maybe done it like 100 times. So it's a victory. It's a victory. And I'm just saying, even though you wouldn't let us honor it, let's all give a huge round of applause to the 2 people who lost 10 pounds already. Woo-hoo! Also, slow and steady wins the race. You always watch on the Today Show. Oh my God, here comes Janie. She lost 100 pounds. How long did it take you, Janie? 2 weeks. That long? Why did it take you so long, Janie? Well, you know, I worked really hard for those 2 weeks. It takes forever. I'm going to go on there someday, and they're going to say, Ellen, how much weight do you lose? And I'll tell them, and they'll say, how long did it take you? And I go, my whole 68 years, 55 of them I've been trying to lose weight. I'm going to tell them the truth because it is a lifetime. Also, set goals. Goals. I am the queen of goals. I might have to change them, modify them, repeat them. You got to have goals. You got to have that carrot to go towards. Also, track your progress. Do it on your food log. And then if you're eating donuts and ice cream, you really don't need it. If you're having pizza, you really don't need it. And you might say, Ellen, I really like pizza. All right, who doesn't? You know, there might be a rare person who says, pizza really isn't for me. I feel that if we say to ourselves, I'm going to have a piece of pizza when I lose 10 pounds. I am going to have an ice cream cone when I lose 20 pounds. If you hold it out there as a reward for what you're doing, like, it makes such a big difference. Also, instead of bread, try a wrap, try almond milk. I used to love it. I don't drink it, and I don't have any dairy anymore because it makes me gain weight. Try carrots and celery with hummus. And the regional market, oh my gosh, it's still busy. People are like, it's September. I know, they're still there, and they're selling great fruits and veggies. Also, we're gonna have more salad and soup recipes here. Cook your meals at home. You know, it's a lot easier maybe to go to Wegmans, but nothing's like something fresh at home. And then get moving. Anything is better than nothing. Something is better than nothing. If you say, I don't have time for even a half-hour walk, then march in place for 10 minutes. I bet you there's a lot of people in this room that could not march in place for 10 minutes. Try it. Try 5 minutes. Something's better than nothing. And music. I would be lost without music. I love it. There's oldies, there's praise and worship, and there's nothing else to me. That's it. Is there modern music? I have no idea. Also, they say keep a food log, and I swear by it. Even when I gain weight, I write it down and watch less television. I think we all talked that we do that already. So let's stop right there, Bobby.